is the first overtime here. Chad Toppert hits one of his 5 threes on the night. New Mexico up 76-75. Off the Lobo miss, Giddens stuffs at home. New Mexico again takes a 1-point lead, but Taylor.
Winkle, I'm James Bates. Glad to have you with us tonight. We certainly should have a good ball game. If the first ball game between these two teams is any indication, we're going to have a great one. An overtime thriller on the high plains of Laramie, Wyoming.
And that game was so good winning in overtime, they passed the hat to get a collection to pay for the extra time. The fact of the matter is that game set the stage for both teams' early season play. The Lobos got jump-started. The Cowboys, hey, they lost some energy after that tough, hard loss. You go multiple overtimes and lose, it takes something out of you, and they lost 4 straight. Very fine player. And speaking of outside shooting, the best in the conference, Chad Toppert. He can rain and drain from far, and I'll tell you what, not just in the conference, in the nation, he's one of the best shooters. I call that the porch out there behind the arc. You better find him behind the porch, because that man can shoot.
He'll be coming off the bench tonight, but he kind of likes it that way. 22 his last time off the bench.
West Conference, as we show a shot of J.R. Giddens, another exceptional athlete, basketball player that's turned it around this year. Unfortunately, guys like Havel in Spain couldn't turn it around.
And a foul and one. Fresh into the ball game and lighting it up is Chad Toppert. He'll head to the stripe and try for a 4-point play.
What better way to start the ball game when you enter than to drain a 3, get fouled, and go to the line. Notice how Toppert is always ready to shoot the ball. He's got his wrist cocked when it's delivered to him, and it was a fine pass by Giddens at him right in the shooting pocket. He didn't have to reach for it.
It was 22 points coming off the bench against Colorado State in the 91-51 victory, biggest victory of the season for New Mexico. Toppert had 5 threes in that game on Tuesday night. He's gone 20 plus 4 times this year, Coach, and all 4 times have been off of the bench.
He's like Vinnie Johnson, the old Vinnie Johnson of the Detroit Pistons, the microwave. He heats up in a hurry. Now
Ewing, who dribbles the ball up the floor, banged up a little bit as well.
You see how they're doubling Ewing. They're trying to get the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
Nelson underneath, a little bit of a mismatch there, but down to help out is Toppert. Almost falls right into his parents' lap. Don't they sit right over there in that area, Coach?
I see right away. You're right, Toppert's parents are right.
There's Taylor, goes baseline. Good quick move, Harris to cut him off. Turnover. Toppert left wide open. Bang!
We talked earlier about how the Lobos are trapping the high pick and roll to take the ball out of the hands. Now here we're going to see a high pick and roll coming up here. He's going to come off, and the defender, Ewing's going to get clipped by it. That leaves a big having to guard the quicker perimeter player, and Mikhail Linskins just can't handle Gary, and Gary takes it right to the cup. You've got to figure out how to guard the pick and roll. Billy Donovan at Florida says the pick and roll must be a good piece because there are 8 different ways to guard it. Nobody's figured it out yet. And there's Toppert, right, what he does really well. He's great. You know, real estate's all about location, and Toppert understands location. Location, location, location. Find the spot where the passer can get you the ball, have your wrist cocked, and be ready to get your name in the newspaper. His is in the Albuquerque paper now.
And when his picture's in that paper, Coach, he's looking jacked. Gained 20 pounds in the offseason. Adding some strength to that 6'7" frame. Left
just longer, and length is better late in the game when you're out of gas. You're still just as quick.
Linskins, had he had a grip on it, may have let that one go. The big man can hit from outside. There's Jones, and Dermody left alone. Toppert clicking his face.
But a good job by the Lobos on their closeouts.
Good rebounding position there for Toppert, and he's fouled. Dermody came over the back, and that's the first foul of the night for Ryan Dermody.
And they got to march the other end of the court so Toppert can shoot the 1-and-1. You know, Toppert's a good free throw shooter at 73%, but he's not a great free throw shooter. You know why? He doesn't get there very often. 15 feet's too close for him.
Well, you don't want to foul him where he shoots from. He's shooting from downtown. Chad Toppert coming into the night. There are his parents, Bob and Linda. We talked about them earlier. Both of them basketball players. He gets the touch from his mom. Right?
That's what Bob said. Now, I'm not sure if that was really the truth or Bob just wanted to make sure he was stroking the wife coming close to Valentine's Day.
For the home team. Jones to Linskins, another rebound top.
Linskins does a nice job of slipping the screen. That means he starts to set it and he slips to the basket. And a nice pass to him. He just missed the little baby hook.
And Toppert comes on and off the bench, knocks down a couple key threes, and then they finish with Jamal Smith knocking it down. So they go 5 for 9, 55% from Treyville. This is a staple of this basketball team, particularly where in the pit. They had a big shooting night.
Chad Toppert, fabulous shooting, 2 for 3 from Treyville. He is looking really good so far. The Lobos are obviously good from three-point land, but
Ewing, he will not let him touch it. Here the ball goes inside a little bit. Great effort play. Teammates helping him up. We love to see that. Guys hustle. Teammates run over to help him off the turf. Great stuff. So the effort defensively has been tremendous. Here, close off the baseline. The coaches, Marty and I, we've been doing it for years. Cut off the baseline. Don't let them go baseline. Hustle play. Throwing the ball from the floor.